everyone, welcome back to another video. We are continuing where we left off here in A Realm Reborn. So we're heading off to In Pursuit of the Past. Alphino is eager to enter the Stone Vigil. As I am sure you will agree, it is past time we entered the Stone Vigil. Pay Lord Drillamont a visit and remind him of his obligation to us. Sid and I will follow anon. I forgot what a little prick he was back then. Remind him of his obligation towards us. I don't think he needs to be reminded. But I am looking forward to finally entering the Stone Vigil, so could you please help us, sir? We owe you all a debt of gratitude. Had it not been for you, the heretic masquerading as Inquisitor Gullamy would still be among us, free to prey upon the innocent. I see now that I was a fool to dismiss your claims out of hand, but you must understand, it seemed too much to hope that the scions of the Seventh Dawn still lived, to say nothing of Master Garland. Never had I been happier to be proven wrong. Well, it is gratifying to know that someone has diverted a measure of enjoyment from your error. Now, if you have no further objections, we would appreciate it if you would permit us to enter the Stone Vigil and retrieve our airship. Yes, of course. It is the very least I can do, given all that you have done for us. But entering the outpost is the least of your concerns, I fear. You speak of the Dravanians that now hold the ruin. In part, yes. I should explain. Shortly after you first arrived, I had my men scour the old records. They confirmed that an abandoned airship had been seized by the soldiers garrisoned at the Stone Vigil in the days following the calamity. As far as we've been able to ascertain, it was still in their custody when the outpost was overrun by the dragons. Whether it was damaged or destroyed during the battle, I cannot say, nor can I give you any assurances that it has not been removed in the intervening years. For far too long, the ruin has served as a Dravanian foothold in Coerthus, from which they have struck out at us with depressing regularity. Though we have pushed them back behind the walls, we have as yet been unable to drive them out. I cannot say when the situation will change. Or how it will change. Forgive me, Lord Drillamont, but there is no guarantee that you will prevail. In any event, we have not the time to wait. We will secure our property without Ishgardian aid. I see. Well, that may be for the best. I will inform Sir Nathanlane of your impending visit. May Alone guide you, scions. I will trust you will not discuss the events which transpired at Snowcloak too openly. The heretic is dead, and the lords of the High Houses know of your deeds. That is what matters. I'm guessing that he just doesn't want to upset people unnecessarily. Well, I think they deserve to be upset. Hopefully, with this new information, they can prevent something like this from happening again. Oh well. So, the Stone Vigil is out this way. So this is going to be the dungeon run for it. Ooh, I cannot wait. Hail, Claire. Lord Drillamont has apprised me of the situation. You may enter the Stone Vigil whensoever you will. Okay, so the Stone Vigil is now accessible. Awesome. Making good progress. Alright, so I don't know when we'll be allowed inside, but I'm just going to skip ahead depending on how long it be. Alright, we're back. It wasn't too long, it was only about 2 minutes. But here we go, entering the Stone Vigil. Man, this place is a dump. They really just smashed this place to pieces. Then again, compared to like the Stone Vigil, I suppose it's not too bad. Like a couple patches here and there. Like maybe a fresh coat of paints. It'd be good as new. Yes, let's kick some ass. I can tell I'm gonna like this party. So we have to be careful running down here, and you're about to see why. Yep, there we go. Every once in a while, a dragon is just going to come flying down from out of nowhere and then breathe fire on you guys. So you gotta keep your eyes open, and come on, stay with me. I wasn't planning on getting 4 at once, I was just planning on getting the first 2, but hey. So, kind of like with some of the other dungeons, you actually have a little bit of a choice here on how much you actually get to fight. As you can see off to the side, we have these spare rooms, and they sometimes have treasure chests in them, not too many, I think, but a lot of them do have extra monsters if you do want to earn just a little bit of extra experience points from them. Yep. So, because I just want to level up, I'm just going to grab this guy. And usually, if you just run past the rooms and they just don't happen to be near the door, they usually do leave you alone. Having them there, I think, is just a little bit of extra experience points. So most of the creatures that we're fighting in here are going to be dragons. I mean, I think there might be a couple who may not technically be like dragons, but it's hard to say for sure. I really don't know what they are, to be honest. I'm sure you'll find out soon. What I do kind of like about this dungeon, though, it does give us almost like a prequel to what we are going to be expecting for Heavensward. Because through most of Heavensward, it really is a lot of Ishgard and a lot of dragons, but that's okay. Heavensward is an amazing game. I mean, if you watch the trailer alone, that should tell you just how good it is. I mean, in my eyes, Heavensward can do no wrong. I mean, I was a little disappointed in patches 3.4 and 3.5, but technically they weren't part of the main scenario questline. That's just kind of like the prequel to Stormblood, and Stormblood was its own kind of mess, I guess you could say. But Heavensward was just an amazing game. I loved every moment of it. And right now it's kind of like right up there with Shadowbringers. And right now, I'm kind of torn between which games I like more. Do I like Heavensward or Shadowbringers more? I mean, I love them both, but I'm not sure like which one of them kind of levels out, because they both have things that I just adore about them both. Maybe I should do a poll or something like that and see exactly which one of these two games is more popular. Either way, I'm okay with it. I love them both. Okay, so as you can see, here is our first boss, which is Chudo Yudo. Wait for the others to join us. So the biggest thing with this boss here, you just have to make sure you don't stand in front of him or directly behind him. Stand off to the sides. There we go. I mean, I have to stand in front of him to keep his attention on me, but that's the rare exception. But really, if you just stand off to the side or stand a good fair distance away from him, then you're pretty much okay. There we go. Alright. So we're okay there. So this part looks a little bit more like ruins here. I mean, it barely looks like it's able to stand up on its own. Okay, so the dragon's about to pop back down again. So it doesn't do too much damage, but it's just really annoying, especially if you're not expecting it. But basically, if you see like light shining from above, if you see like a hole in the ceiling, then chances are it's going to come down and swipe at you. So just be very careful when you're turning around corners. So, these are the monsters I was talking about that aren't really dragons. I mean, if they are, they're kind of like rooster dragons, I suppose. And I think I may have bitten off more than I could chew here. No! Please! Darn it! Yeah, I'm not going to let them raise me and risk getting killed as well. That was probably my fault. Oh boy. Sorry about that, everyone. So let me do a quick apology. Oh, there he is again. Now, that time you guys deserve it. Ran on straight ahead without me. Okay, we'll try to go a little bit slower from that one. Oh, thank you. So, totally fine. Yeah. It's really nice to have people who are so understanding. But I will try better to pay attention instead of just talking. Okay, so we don't need to worry about that dragon swooping in, but there should still be a surprise. Yep, here we go. I actually completely forgot about the sprites until this moment. Okay, so that was fun enough, but we are finally going to be dealing with that annoying dragon. Yeah, so the same one that was swooping in down on us the whole time has blocked the way with, like, dragon fire, and now we have to deal with it. So, he managed to swoop down here, and we're taking care of him once and for all. So this fight is actually pretty easy as well. He's got to remember where to stand. So, the tank should take this guy all the way like to the other end here and give these guys room to work the cannons, because every once in a while a large dragon on the outside is going to swoop down and going to do a room-wide attack. Yep, here he is. So the only way to actually deal with that is to use the cannons. There we go. So it did launch an attack against us, but they did end up firing a cannonball at him. Otherwise, you just got to avoid these guys' attacks every once in a while and just remember to go straight to the cannons like when the dragon pops up outside, and you should be good. Oh yeah, this thing does also have the power to create like mini tornadoes and sometimes blocks the cannon, so you're going to have to get crafty with that one. But this guy's already more than halfway gone, so... So actually, I think the dragon that's outside the window is going to be the last boss, so that's just a quick look of what we're going to be up against, which is, of course, going to be another dragon. Alright, so that wasn't too bad. We had a couple mishaps here and there, but otherwise, we're moving on. So once he falls, the dragon fire wall, or the firewall in the video game, I suppose, goes down, and we're free to move on. So we're almost to the end here. It's just this one last stretch. Yep, so only a hallway and a couple rooms left to do. So, in all of these dungeons, they're not supposed to be long, but they do feel long sometimes. Mostly because these guys are just making you fight for every step of the way. Alright, so we just got, I guess, 2 long hallways left. And I forgot about these guys again. I don't know why, they're just not very memorable to me. As pretty as they are, the ice sprites just don't really ring out in my memories. Whereas the dragons, though, they stand out horribly in my mind. I think I made a big mistake there. Sorry. Yeah, I'm just going back right away. I took way too many in at that time. I'm really, really sorry. Yeah, you couldn't cast one spell before you died? Too much? Yeah, I think it was a little too much. We're gonna see if we can break that up into smaller pieces. Nope, just my spell went off and you died anyway. Just video game stuff. That's a good excuse to use. This is just video game stuff. Or just bad luck, I suppose. Okay. Let's try that again. This time we're going to be a lot more stubborn. So this actually looks like... Oh, I think it's like the battle room. Like you can see the table with the map and even the pieces on it. That's kind of cool. I just love the attention to details, like, in this game. Just like a little thing and it just sort of brings everything to life. I love it. Still though, it's only been about 5 years and this place has just been pretty much destroyed. So, up until at least right after the Calamity, which was 5 years ago, though I think at this point it was probably a lot longer than 5 years. Anyway, until just like right after the Calamity, this place was held by the Ishgardians. So yeah, it's crumbling real fast. I mean, I guess these dragons are just not good at taking care of their stuff here. Okay, so there should be one last group of, like, fodder waiting for us. But after that, I think that we could just head straight to the boss. Yeah, so like, it's behind a locked gate. We should be getting a cutscene right after this. We'll try to make it through as fast as possible. Look, it's the Enterprise. Yes, just beyond that enormous sleeping dragon. The dragon is not our concern. We have come for the airship and only the airship. Sid, you and I will sneak aboard the Enterprise and prepare it for launch. Claire, you stay here and keep an eye on the beast. If it wakes, we may need you to provide a distraction until we are ready to depart. You can manage that, can't you? That settles it then. Shall we, Sid? As you command. So, you mean to slay Garuda next? Interesting. Most interesting. And you are aware that her strength greatly exceeds that of your previous primal conquests? Testament to the fanatical devotion of her followers, the Ixali are nothing if not zealous. In spite of your past achievements, I labor to believe that you will best this foe. Yet only a fool would underestimate the great bringer of light, slayer of Ifrit, bane of Titan. If any mortal is capable of defeating the Lady of the Vortex, it is you. Win or lose, the battle should at least make for an interesting spectacle, assuming, of course, you live that long. Alvino, the dragon! Confound it all! Let us see how well your blasphemous gifts serve you this time, Crystal Bearer. I'm so sorry, guys. I didn't know the tank wasn't there. How could you not know the tank wasn't there? Oh, man. It was Dandy who did that. Thought I was gonna be the tank for a second there. Why does this happen? Like, why do they put in cutscenes that long? They shouldn't do that. Yes, I'm sorry, but come on, it wasn't that long, was it? Couldn't wait for just a couple minutes. I know, I'm really, really sorry about that, but it's for entertainment. Surely you can understand that. At least we don't have to go too far. Oh, not your fault. Well, thank you. Okay, we'll just pretend that never happened. This time we'll wait for everyone to get inside. Okay. But really, I think that Sid and Alphino were moving just a little bit too casually around a sleeping dragon. But then again, I guess the dragon was kind of nursing off its wounds after getting hit with the cannons. So this boss really isn't too tough. You just have to kind of take and spank for a while until it flies off. After that, you just gotta keep an eye on the floor, because like these paths of ice will appear, and that's gonna show you like where he's gonna come, because that's gonna show kind of where he dive bombs it. So basically, just avoid the AoEs. It's basically what it means. Okay, it's flying off again, so it's going to be a little bit tricky from time to time. Yeah, so just avoid the circles of ice. You stand in them, it's going to cause pain. Ooh, level up! Okay. And Lockhart, Dark Knight. Okay. Yeah, so the weapons that we get at the end here usually look really cool, and you know what? I'll give it to Dandy. I mean, he didn't mean it. So it's okay. No hard feelings, buddy. Claire! Claire, are you all right? Speak to me! 12 be praised! I feared the beast had injured you. I see now why the others rated you so highly. When you were caught in the midst of that etheric bubble with the dragon, I was all but certain my next mission would be to find a new champion. Thank the gods for sparing me that inconvenience. I have quite enough to do already. Which reminds me, Seth is working on the Enterprise as we speak. Let's go see what he has to say. What say you, Sid? Will she fly? Yes, though it will not be a pleasant ride. Well, I dare say it will be no more unpleasant than staying here. 'Tis a pity the Enterprise is not in better shape, but if she will allow us to quit this place, I shall not complain. If all are in agreement, let us return to Gridania. Though I would like nothing more than to set course for the Howling Eye, it is plain the Enterprise is in no condition to weather the storm. She must needs be repaired if we are to proceed with our mission. This is all so familiar. I know this airship. If I could just... Bah, it's no use. Let's go. I wonder if they happen to fly over like the rest of Corythus here, just to let the people know they found the airship. That's what I would have done. Ah, how I long for the more agreeable climate of the Twelveswood. Yet I will not deny the Holy See has its charms. Endless detours aside, our Ishgardian jaunts proved quite an adventure. Alas, our work is far from done. We still have an airship to repair and a primal to slay. No rest for the heroic, eh? Alright, so it looks like the next quest is called Into the Eye of the Storms. It appears to be deep in thought. Why do you tarry, Claire? Our work is not yet finished. We must press onward till the Harpy Queen lies broken at our feet. Oh, easy for you to say. You're not the one who's going to do all the fighting. But anyway, I think that's it for now. Thank you all so much for watching, and join me in next time as we set about repairing the Enterprise so that we can go on to face Garuda. So until then, everyone, take care.